So yeah. I was like talking him down, and he thinks that, oh, your mother thinks that I'm a drug addict, and I try to talk to him down, and he calls my mom a manipulative liar. Well, buddy, look who's the manipulative liar. Not me, not my mom, nobody else but you. And you dare call her that? Well, my mother made some mistakes, but she is no manipulative liar. Not like you. But then we got there, and all of a sudden I was like, you know, if he's gonna be this way throughout the whole reunion, I'm not having it. I'm gonna stay far away from him and not talk to him if he treats me this way. Fine. If he wants to be that way, I don't want anything to do with it. But as we approached the house where the Christmas party with all the relatives was taking place, I got out of the car, but before I closed the door, I said to him, try to be nice, it's Christmas, okay? But before we had to stop, he says that my mom lied at the wedding ceremony of their vows. I was like, are you kidding? And also he says that he would condemn himself in hell if he lied on the Bible. And I got a little scared from hearing that. Hello? Haven't you know that Miss N tried to brainwash me into believing that whole apocalypse thing? And seeing that a letter from hell gave me a great trauma of my life? And now you really want to go and say that? Oh, man. And then... oh, man. I can't even tell you. I was just up to wit's end. And during the party, it was okay. But then I overheard my dad talking to my aunt, one of my aunts, and saying about all of the stuff that he was discussing with me. And now I'm just like rolling my eyes a little. When I heard this, I'm like, are you kidding? You're gonna tell one of my aunts? I don't care if she's your sister. You don't tell anyone about a private life. How dare you? But then, once the party was over, I was tired. I wanted to go home and forget about this night. Not Christmas, but this stupid night and day I had with him. The car ride was not much better. No way. He kept saying my mom was a liar. Yes, Valerie Jones is a liar. Orrin Donovan is the greatest person on earth. Yeah, sure. And then, all of a sudden, as we got back to my house, he offers to let me come in. But I took all my stuff, unbuckled my seatbelt, and I'm like, no, that won't be necessary. So I went inside, and he calls after me. But I didn't want to hear it. So I told my mom everything, and I was like, I can't believe he would do this. Can't believe it. Well, it was my fault that I mentioned about this white powder that didn't have any scent. Well, I didn't discover it, but my little brother Jimmy did when he was over at Dad's place. So yeah. And here comes the kicker. What happened was, one day at school, we're all going home, and then we see this car driving up next to my mom's. And we're like, hey, who's that? And somebody steps out. You guessed it, it's my father. Trying to take the second car that we took. And we're all shocked, and he is making a stupid fool of himself by carjacking ours. I was like, are you serious? In front of my school? Even everyone was shocked by this. And my mom's like, guys, what should I do? And I'm like, Mom, call the police. And she's like, are you sure? I'm like, Mom, do you want him to take the car? He took the first. You want him to take the second? So, yeah, Valerie, my mom, actually called the police. The police confronted my dad. And my dad was being the biggest wuss of his life, being all teary-eyed and, oh, poor me, act. I can't believe it. I can't. I am just speechless at him. Totally speechless. Are you kidding me? I mean, really. Can't believe him. And it just shocked me that he would go and do this. I was pretty shaken up. And here I was just seeing this. And after Dad managed to get back in his own car and he was told to go and never come back here, lo and behold, later on, he tried to call some people that don't even work there anymore. Are you serious? Insensitive, I tell you. Insensitive. I can't believe this guy is my dad. But I have no hatred against him, but his childish antics really grate on ears. It's official. Yeah. I don't want to sound selfish, but I have a messed up dad. I was going to say I have a messed up life, but no, my life's not messed up, it's him. Anyway. And then this one time he came to visit after we moved to Indiana. He came by to visit and all was okay, all was good, everything was fine. I mean, he was on his best behavior in Florida before our last days of moving. He was just a whole good and yet different person. I thought maybe he would change, but then when he came to visit, and he decides that we can go visit my aunt, something about that day really changed everything for me. And he talks about how we could be friends on Facebook. I should have deleted his request after that day, but I didn't because you know what? The little girl in me decided maybe he would change again, but I was a fool. But I blocked him on Facebook afterwards, after dealing with turmoil on what should I do? What's he gonna say? But anyway, I'm getting ahead of the story. So we're driving by and Dad offers to maybe get me some breakfast bars. They're called Nutri-Grain, but when I was younger, I called them breakfast bars, and I still do. I know that sounds silly, but that's what they were. They were soft and they were yummy. It was great. But anyway, he got the wrong one. I was supposed to have blueberry, but instead I got strawberry. I was like, wait, Dad, did you get blueberry? And he got upset. And I'm like, it's okay. It's just, I don't care. And I really didn't, because who cares? I wouldn't mind a strawberry, a mixed berry, blueberry. I don't need apple anymore. I don't know. I didn't find any taste in it anymore. But anyway, so my dad was pretty somber and angry for most of the ride, so I didn't engage in a conversation. And the visit was doing okay. Even though he talked a lot, but I didn't mind. I had my music, and I talked a little, and then it was time for bed. We went to bed. Then we woke up, and we had a pretty good adventure. And I got to ride a horse. And then after that day, it was the day that I had to get back home. Yeah, but he was looking for this particular gas station because my grandma, his mother, got him a gift card to use at this particular gas station he was looking for. But he tried to get the GPS to find this place, but it was nowhere in sight. I don't know if it exists anymore or not, but man, my dad had the worst meltdown right there in the car, screaming and yelling profanities, slamming, getting angry at the GPS. My heart actually broke. I was like, oh my God, are you serious? I thought you changed. But no, he didn't change. And I was like, I don't really want to have any more visits with him anymore after this behavior. And then all of a sudden, I decided to accept his request because after that behavior he had, I don't know, I was a fool though, having to see him liking every single thing, even though I was a fool to put it out there. But I was like, I was a glutton for punishment until finally I had enough. After having this argument with my mom and my older brother, Harry, I decided, you know what? Maybe they do have a point. I'm falling into the same pattern. And getting into arguments and angry at them, just maybe Dad is the issue. And it's like a bad influence, like an old habit, like smoking. And I decide, you know what? I don't need him. But my heart was hurting for abandoning him again. But I was like, no, this is the same thing with people who go through abuse and still go back to the person that hurt them over and over again until the day they die. I'm not doing this. I can't. So, I unfriended him and blocked him on Facebook. I don't think that whole ordeal or his influence is going to be a very positive one. And I decided I was going to focus on myself and to improve as a person. Because if I fall into the same pattern as my dad, I wouldn't have a really good future. I really wouldn't. And I would hate myself for it.